Try to map our future in the stars above, connect the dots between who we are and who we love. But constellations shift when you change your point of view, and suddenly the pattern doesn't lead me back to you. We were amateur astronomers with grand designs, drawing destinies in celestial lines. But the universe had different plans, it seems. Our constellation crumbled like forgotten dreams. We were astronomers of possibility, drawing lines between dreams and reality. But stars move and perspectives change. Our constellation rearranged. Scattered constellations, we lost the thread. Can't find the story that we thought we read in the night sky of our design. Scattered constellations, yours and mine. The pattern broke, the picture's gone. Scattered constellations carry on as separate stars in endless space. Scattered constellations, no more grace. You were Orion and I was Cassiopeia, forever linked in mythological hysteria. But mythology can't hold what wasn't meant to be. Now we're just random points of light across the galaxy. I still look up and try to trace our shape, but the connections have dissolved. There's no escape from the reality that some things fall apart. Even constellations drawn upon the heart. We were storytellers in the cosmic night, but our narrative lost its guiding light. The stars remain, but connections fade. The constellation that we made. Scattered constellations, we lost the thread. Can't find the story that we thought we read in the night sky of our design. Scattered constellations, yours and mine. The pattern broke, the picture's gone. Scattered constellations carry on as separate stars in endless space. Scattered constellations, no more grace. Maybe constellations were always just our own invention, imposing meaning, creating false connection. The stars don't care about the lines we draw, they shine alone, that's nature's law. We forced a pattern where there wasn't one. Two distant stars mistaken for the sun of something bigger than we really were. Just scattered light in cosmic blur. Scattered constellations, we lost the thread. Can't find the story that we thought we read in the night sky of our design. Scattered constellations, yours and mine. The pattern broke, the picture's gone. Scattered constellations carry on as separate stars in endless space. Scattered constellations, no more grace. We're just scattered constellations now, individual light somehow. Scattered constellations remain, beautiful but not the same. Forever scattered constellations, lost in space without relations. Scattered constellations, you and I. Separate stars in the same sky. There's a notebook on my desk with pages half filled in characters we created, plots we never begin. Every chapter that we started ends mid-sentence now. We were writing our forever but forgot somehow. The protagonist was you, I played the supporting role. We outlined all these arcs but never reached our goal of finishing this narrative we swore we'd see through. Half-written stories abandoned me and you. The pen ran dry before we reached the end. These unfinished pages we can't pretend we'll ever write the words that should come next. Our story's incomplete, our narrative perplexed. Half-written stories collecting dust, tales of you and me and broken trust. We never got to complete before our collaboration fell to defeat. The early pages full of hope and promise bright before the plot got dark and we stopped trying to write. There's a twist we never saw coming in chapter 9, where the lovers realize they've run out of time. The outline said they're reconciled by the book's end, but we stopped writing when the pages wouldn't bend. The pen ran dry before we reached the conclusion, left with nothing but this literary confusion. Stories need their endings to make sense, but ours stops here, present tense. Half-written stories collecting dust, tales of you and me and broken trust. We never got to write the final scene. Half-written stories of what might have been, pages torn and incomplete remain. Half-written stories full of pain. We were authors who abandoned our creation. Half-written stories, no resolution. Should I finish it alone and write you out? Give the story an ending you won't read about, or leave it half complete, a testament to what happens when co-authors can't see it through. Maybe some stories are meant to be told. Maybe some narratives should just grow old, unfinished, imperfect, abandoned mid-phrase. Half-written stories from better days. Half-written stories collecting dust, tales of you and me and broken trust. We never got to write the final scene. Half-written stories of what might have been, pages torn and incomplete remain. Half-written stories full of pain. We were authors who abandoned our creation. Half-written stories, no resolution. These half-written stories will stay this way. No more chapters, no more words to say. Half-written stories, our legacy of what we started but couldn't be forever. Half-written stories now, we abandoned ship somehow. Half-written stories incomplete, are unfinished, bittersweet. I still take the train we used to ride together. You'd always choose the window, I'd watch you watch the weather. Your reflection in the glass, the world rushing by. Now the seat stays empty, but I don't know why. I try to recreate those journeys we would take. Every Tuesday morning, every weekend break. Your face against the window, peaceful and serene. The most beautiful commuter I had ever seen. To recreate the feeling of those rides when you were sitting by my side. The route hasn't changed, but everything's different now. Without you by the window somehow. Window seat memories haunt this train. Every station stop reminds me of your name. The view outside keeps changing, but the ache remains. Window seat memories in the rain. I sit alone where we used to be. Window seat memories won't set me free. Every journey takes me back to you. Window seat memories, forever true. The conductor recognizes me, asks where you've gone. I tell him you got off at a different station, moved on. He nods like he's heard this story before. Lost love on the morning, come you, the common folklore. I trace your name in the condensation on the glass. Watch it disappear, scenery goes past. Just like you vanished from this daily ride, leaving just the window seat and wounded pride. I recreate those mornings in my mind when you were here and everything aligned. The train still runs on schedule, right on time, but window seat memories are all that's mine. Window seat memories haunt this train. Every station stop reminds me of your name. The view outside keeps changing, but the ache remains. Window seat memories haunt this train. Every station stop reminds me of your name. The view outside keeps changing, but the ache remains. Window seat memories in the rain. I sit alone where we used to be. Window seat memories won't set me free. Every journey takes me back to you. Window seat memories forever true. One day maybe I'll ride a different train. Leave these window seat memories and the pain, but until then I'll keep this routine alive. Window seat memories help me survive. These window seat memories of you and I, watching the world go rushing by. Window seat memories remain on this everlasting train. It's not the big events that I remember most. It's the quiet in between that I miss like a ghost. The way you hung while cooking, how you tied your shoes. All the tiny moments that made me choose you. Not the vacations or the anniversary dates, but Tuesday morning breakfast, staying up late, doing nothing special, just existing near. Those in-between moments are what I hold dear. The overlooked details that made us real. Those in-between moments, that's what I feel. Life wasn't in the highlights we tried to chase, but in the ordinary, everyday space. The in-between moments, they linger on. Small fragments of a life that's gone. Not the milestones, but the space between. The in-between moments, bittersweet. Every little thing you used to do. In-between moments, I miss you. The mundane magic we created there. In-between moments, everywhere. The way you'd steal the blanket in your sleep at night. How you'd squint without your glasses, couldn't read right. Your off-key singing in the shower every day. Small in-between moments that wouldn't go away. Not the grand gestures or romantic scenes, but the comfortable silence in between. Words we didn't need to say out loud. Those in-between moments make me proud. The unnoticed beauty of our daily life. Those in-between moments cut like a knife. Now that they're gone, I see their worth. In-between moments gave our love birth. The in-between moments, they linger on. Small fragments of a life that's gone. Not the milestones, but the space between. The in-between moments, bittersweet. Every little thing you used to do. In-between moments, I miss you. The mundane magic we created there. In-between moments, everywhere. They say to appreciate the little things. Now I understand what that phrase brings. It's not the destination, but the journey's truth. Found in the in-between moments of our youth. Together when we weren't trying to be anything other than you and me. Those stolen glances, comfortable pauses. In between moments without causes or reasons, just existence shared. In between moments showed we cared. The in-between moments, they linger on. Small fragments of a life that's gone. Not the milestones, but the space between. The in-between moments, bittersweet. Every little thing you used to do. In between moments, I miss you. The mundane magic we created there. In between moments, everywhere. I trade all the big occasions now for in between moments The in-between moments, now they're gone, but in between moments remain here, crystal clear. Your piano sits untouched since you walked away. Keys they used to sing now have nothing to say. I leave the dust alone, a timeline on the wood of silence growing where your music stood. Each morning adds another layer, thin and gray. Measuring the distance since that final day, when your fingers dance across the ivory white. Now dust accumulates in the absent light, each particle a day since you last played. A layer of time that won't fade. This dust has become my calendar now, marking days without you somehow. Dust on your piano tells the story best. The melodies abandoned, songs left to rest. Every note you'll never play again. Dust on your piano, my only friend. It gathers like the silence in this room. Dust on your piano, a visible gloom, proof that time keeps passing by. Dust on your piano won't lie. I remember how you'd sit there every night, practicing your pieces till you got them right. The way your face would concentrate and then release, when finally the music brought you peace. Now the bench is empty, lid is closed and locked. Your sheet music frozen at the page you stopped. The metronome is silent on the shelf. Dust on your piano mirrors how I felt. Each particle of memory suspended here, a layer of longing year by year. Should I clean it off and start anew, or let this dust remind me of you? Dust on your piano tells the story best. The melodies abandoned, songs left to rest. Every note you'll never play again. Dust on your piano, my only friend. It gathers like the silence in this room. Dust on your piano, a visible gloom, proof that time keeps passing by. Dust on your piano won't lie. Maybe I should lift the lid and play the songs you taught me back in the day. Clear away this dust with emotion and sound. Bring music back to this hollow ground. But my fingers don't remember what to do without your hands. They're guiding me through. So the dust keeps building day by day, a monument to music gone away, to melodies that died when you left here. Dust on your piano, year after year. Dust on your piano tells the story best. The melodies abandoned, songs left to rest. Every note you'll never play again. Dust on your piano, my only friend. It gathers like the silence in this room. Dust on your piano, a visible gloom, proof that time keeps passing by. Dust on your piano won't lie. This dust has become sacred now, a shrine to what we were somehow. Dust on your piano stays, marking all these empty days. I can't bring myself to wipe it clean. Dust on your piano's all I've seen. A progress since you went away. Dust on your piano's here to stay. Every speck a silent song of everything that's gone wrong. dust on your piano knows how this story goes. We're standing at the intersection of goodbye. Red lights and green lights, neither of us knows why. We keep missing each other's timing. Every time your go is my stop, we're out of sync and out of line. When I'm ready, you're not there. When you reach out, I'm unprepared. We're dancing to two different beats, missing each other on these streets. One of us is always waiting while the other one is moving, no reconcile. Our signals never seem to match. We're always in a different batch. Crossing signals mixed and unclear. One says stay, one says disappear. We can't seem to get our timing right. Crossing signals through the night. Red means go and green means wait. Crossing signals seal our fate. We're stuck in this intersection here. Crossing signals, nothing's clear. I finally said I love you, but you moved on. You came back ready, but my feelings were gone. We're perpetually out of phase somehow. When you say later, I need now. It's like we're speaking different languages of time. Your ready doesn't sync with mine. With traffic lights that malfunction at this corner. Forever stuck in this performer. One of us is always stopping when the other one wants to begin again. These crossing signals never align. Your timeline and mine. Crossing signals mixed and unclear. One says stay, one says disappear. We can't seem to get our timing right. Crossing signals through the night. Red means go and green means wait. Crossing signals seal our fate. We're stuck in this intersection here. Crossing signals, nothing's clear. What if we both stop moving altogether? Ignore the signals, brave the weather of uncertainty, and just stood still, waiting for our hearts to fill with the same feeling at the same time. But that's not how these signals rhyme. They keep us moving, never both at the intersection of our growth, into people who can't coordinate. Crossing signals of our fate. Crossing signals mixed and unclear. One says stay, one says disappear. We can't seem to get our timing right. Crossing signals through the night. Red means go and green means wait. Crossing signals seal our fate. We're stuck in this intersection here. Crossing signals, nothing's clear. Maybe we're not meant to cross these signals. Show us what we've lost, the synchronicity we need to make our crossing signals lead to the same place at the same time. Crossing signals, your heart and mine, forever blinking, never synced. Crossing signals, we're extinct before we even had a chance. Crossing signals, awkward dance. I still have 3 of yours hanging in my room. They smell like laundry now, not your perfume. But I can't give them back, can't let them go. They're the only pieces of you I still hold. The gray one you wore on our first date, the blue one from that trip we thought was fate, the black one you forgot that final night. Now they're mine by default or at least by right. These borrowed sweaters were never mine, but neither were you. I see that now in time I was holding on to borrowed things, temporary warmth that never brings. Borrowed sweaters I never return, lessons about love that I never learned. You can't keep what was never yours to take. Borrowed sweaters and the heart you break, they hang in my closet like ghosts of you. Borrowed sweaters, what am I supposed to do with these reminders that won't fade away? Borrowed sweaters are all that stay. Sometimes I try them on late at night, even though they don't quite fit right. Your scent is gone, but the shape remains of shoulders broader than mine. Different frames, I wear them and pretend you're holding me in fabric arms of this false memory. But borrowed sweaters can't replace the warmth of your actual embrace. These borrowed sweaters keep me warm, but remind me of a different form of comfort that I used to know before you had to go. Borrowed sweaters I never returned, lessons about love that I never learned. You can't keep what was never yours to take. Borrowed sweaters and the heart you break, they hang in my closet like ghosts of you. Borrowed sweaters, what am I supposed to do with these reminders that won't fade away? Borrowed sweaters are all that stay. I could mail them back to where you are, but that would mean accepting we're too far apart to ever reconcile again. These borrowed sweaters will come to an end as my excuse to keep a piece of you, to hold on to something that once was true before I have to face the reality that borrowed sweaters and borrowed hearts must be returned eventually to their rightful place. And I must learn to fill this empty space with sweaters of my own. Borrowed sweaters I never returned, lessons about love that I never learned. You can't keep what was never yours to take. Borrowed sweaters and the heart you break, they hang in my closet like ghosts of you. Borrowed sweaters, what am I supposed to do with these reminders that won't fade away? Borrowed sweaters are all that stay. One day I'll pack them up and send these borrowed sweaters to their end, back to you where they belong. But until then they keep me strong. These borrowed sweaters let me pretend that our story didn't have to end. Borrowed sweaters, 3 in all, catching me whenever I fall into missing you. You made me promises as the leaves turn gold. Said we'd make it through when the winter got cold. But autumn faded and you faded too. Late autumn promises that didn't come true. October whispered warnings in the wind about temporary loves that can't transcend the seasons they were born in. But I believe Your late autumn promises wouldn't leave. Seasonal affection, temporary vows. I should've known better somehow. Promises made when nature's dying should come with warnings about lying. Late autumn promises fall like leaves. Beautiful words I wanted to believe, but promises made in the dying light rarely survive the winter night. Late autumn promises fade to gray like colored leaves that blow away. You swore we'd last beyond the frost. Late autumn promises, all were lost. You said you'd be here when the first snow fell, that our love was different, time would tell. But November came and took you with it. Your late autumn promises had a limit. I should have seen the expiration date written in the season of our fate. For romances bloom and quickly die. Late autumn promises were just a lie. Seasonal affection can't survive the winter months when nothing's alive. Your promises were leaves about to fall. I was foolish to believe them at all. Late autumn promises fall like leaves. Beautiful words I wanted to believe, but promises made in the dying light rarely survive the winter night. Late autumn promises fade to gray like colored leaves that blow away. You swore we'd last beyond the frost. Late autumn promises, all were lost. Maybe some loves are meant to be seasonal, blooming and dying. That's reasonable. Not everything is built to last the year. Some loves are just meant to appear in autumn's golden light and then disappear before winter sets in. Your late autumn promises were true for autumn only, through and through. But I wanted a love for all seasons. You had your autumn reasons to make promises you couldn't keep. Now I face winter alone in the deep. Late autumn promises fall like leaves. Beautiful words I wanted to believe, but promises made in the dying light rarely survive the winter night. Late autumn promises fade to gray like colored leaves that blow away. You swore we'd last beyond the frost. Late autumn promises, all were lost. Next autumn I'll remember this. Late autumn promises a miss. I won't believe the seasonal spell. Late autumn promises never tell the truth about what's to come when winter's cold has just begun. Late autumn promises taught me well. Some loves are seasonal, I can tell by the timing of their vows. Late autumn promises somehow always fade with falling leaves. I could paint the sound of how you say my name. It would be warm amber sunset flame. Your laughter's golden yellow. whispers midnight blue. The color of your voice, it colors everything I do. When you're angry, crimson red bleeds through. When you're tender, soft lavender hue. Your voice paints pictures in my mind. The color of your voice, one of a kind. Synesthesia of memory remains. Your voice in technicolor stains my thoughts with chromatic sound. The color of your voice is all around. The color of your voice won't fade away. It paints my dreams in shades of yesterday. Even in silence I can see the color of your voice haunting me. Every word you spoke was dipped in light. The color of your voice burns bright in my memory's gallery. The color of your voice colors me. Your morning voice was soft gray mist. Your excited voice was sunshine kissed with orange and pink enthusiasm. The color of your voice, my favorite prism, breaking down each syllable to rainbow rays, coloring my ordinary days with spectrum I can't replicate. The color of your voice I can't create. Synesthesia of longing now. Your voice in color shows me how much I miss the painted sound. The color of your voice profound. The color of your voice won't fade away. It paints my dreams in shades of yesterday. Even in silence I can see the color of your voice haunting me. Every word you spoke was dipped in light. The color of your voice burns bright in my memory's gallery. The color of your voice colors me. They say that synesthesia's a gift, but it makes your absence hard to shift away from. When I hear someone speak, the color of their voice is weak compared to your vibrant tones. Your voice painted in my bones, a permanent tattoo of sound. The color of your voice I found is irreplaceable, unique. No other voice can reach the peak of chromatic beauty yours possess. The color of your voice, the best. The color of your voice won't fade away. It paints my dreams in shades of yesterday. Even in silence I can see the color of your voice haunting me. Every word you spoke was dipped in light. The color of your voice burns bright in my memory's gallery. The color of your voice colors me. Forever I will see in hues the color of your voice, the blues and golds and reds and every shade. The color of your voice won't fade from my synesthetic mind. The color of your voice I find in every sound I hear around. The color of your voice is sound made visible and beautiful. The color of your voice is full of every pigment known to art. The color of your voice, my heart. We drew the directions to a future that doesn't exist. Plotted routes on maps with destinations we missed. Every landmark that we marked has disappeared. Following maps to nowhere, that much is clear. We charted courses through imaginary lands, drew highways with our hopeful hands, circled places we would go someday, but maps to nowhere led us astray. These paths we trace so carefully lead to places that will never be. Our cartography was all wrong. Maps to nowhere guide my way to destinations that won't stay. We charted courses we'll never take. Maps to nowhere, our mistake. Every road leads to nothing real. Maps to nowhere, how does that feel? We were explorers of the impossible. Maps to nowhere, unstoppable. I keep these maps folded in my drawer, evidence of what we were planning for. Cities that don't exist on any globe, territories that time will erode. From possibility to fantasy, our maps to nowhere set us free to imagine what will never be. Maps to nowhere, you and me. These paths we trace with such precision lead nowhere but to this division between what was planned and what occurred. Maps to nowhere, every word. Maps to nowhere guide my way to destinations that won't stay. We charted courses we'll never take. Maps to nowhere, our mistake. Every road leads to nothing real. Maps to nowhere, how does that feel? We were explorers of the impossible. Maps to nowhere, unstoppable. Should I throw away these useless maps? Let go of these imaginary paths. We'll never walk together now, or keep them as reminders somehow of when we believed in our direction, in our flawed geographical perfection. These maps to nowhere represent our best intentions. Time is spent planning routes we'll never ride. Maps to nowhere, foolish pride in thinking we could chart our fate. Maps to nowhere came too late. Maps to nowhere guide my way to destinations that won't stay. We charted courses we'll never take. Maps to nowhere, our mistake. Every road leads to nothing real. Maps to nowhere, how does that feel? We were explorers of the impossible. Maps to nowhere, unstoppable. These maps to nowhere still remain proof of our imaginative strain to create a future bright. Maps to nowhere, held so tight. I'll keep these maps though they don't lead anywhere we planned or need to go. They're artifacts now. Maps to nowhere show me how we tried to navigate our love. Maps to nowhere rise above reality and lead instead to nowhere dreams are dead. Maps to nowhere, that's our story. Maps to nowhere, no more glory. Found a box of mixtapes with your handwriting on each side. Songs you picked for me with messages inside. But the tapes unwound, the ribbons came undone, like our love story that came unspun. The magnetic tape tangled in a mess of memories I can't repress. Side A and side B, both destroyed. Unwound cassette tapes, null and void. Tangled magnetic memories now. Can't rewind or figure out how to fix what's been pulled apart. Unwound cassette tapes break my heart. Unwound cassette tapes are what we were. Songs and feelings all a blur. Can't untangle what's been twisted wrong. Unwound cassette tapes, forgotten songs. Every track you pick with care. Unwound cassette tapes beyond repair. Our mixtape love unraveled here. Unwound cassette tapes disappear. I tried to win them back with a pencil slow, but the ribbon snapped, I had to let it go. Some things once unwound can't be restored. Unwound cassette tapes, our love ignored. The playlist you created with such thought, now a tangled mess that can't be caught or fixed or saved or played again. Unwound cassette tapes are in. Tangled magnetic memories remain of songs I'll never hear again. The track list faded on the case. Unwound cassette tapes erased. Unwound cassette tapes are what we were. Songs and feelings all a blur. Can't untangle what's been twisted wrong. Unwound cassette tapes, forgotten songs. Every track you picked with care. Unwound cassette tapes beyond repair. Our mixtape love unraveled here. Maybe it's poetic justice that these tapes unwound. Our soundtrack flat and unplayable, reflecting how our love unwound somehow. The same way, slowly, then all at once, unspooling like these tapes. Our chance that forever came undone. Unwound cassette tapes, our song unsung. I could transfer them to digital files, but that seems wrong. Denies the long truth of our decay. Unwound cassette tapes show the way things fall apart in the physical world. Our love unwound and unfound. Unwound cassette tapes of what we were. Songs and feelings all a blur. Can't untangle what's been twisted wrong. Unwound cassette tapes, forgotten songs. Every track you picked with care. Unwound cassette tapes beyond repair. Our mixtape love unraveled here. Unwound cassette tapes disappear. I'll keep these unwound cassette tapes as proof of our love's shape before it came undone like this. Unwound cassette tapes, what we miss, the music that we used to share. Unwound cassette tapes everywhere, entangles on my bedroom floor. Unwound cassette tapes, nothing more to show for what we had. Unwound cassette tapes, sad remains of a mixtape romance. Unwound cassette tapes, no second chance. Sunday mornings hit the hardest. That's when you'd stay late. Coffee in bed, no rush, no plans, no debate. Now Sundays are the loneliest day of my week. Sunday morning, regrets for the words I didn't speak. You'd reach across the pillow, with a sleepy smile, and we'd waste the morning talking for a while about nothing and everything simultaneously. Sunday morning regrets now fill me. This day of rest brings no peace, just memories that won't cease. Sunday mornings remind me of Sunday morning regrets and love. Sunday morning regrets fill my bed, wishing I'd said what I left unsaid. The weekend end reminds me still, Sunday morning regrets always will haunt these lazy hours we share. Sunday morning regrets everywhere. I wake alone on Sunday now, Sunday morning regrets somehow. The coffee tastes different when you drink alone. Sunday morning regrets have grown into my weekly routine of pain, knowing Sunday morning won't come again the way it used to when you were here. Sunday morning regrets appear in the empty space beside me now. Sunday morning regrets won't allow. This day of rest brings only sorrow, dreading every Sunday's tomorrow. Sunday mornings used to be our time, now just Sunday morning regrets are mine. Sunday morning regrets fill my bed, wishing I'd said what I left unsaid. The weekend's end reminds me still, Sunday morning regrets always will haunt these lazy hours we share. Sunday morning regrets everywhere. I wake alone on Sunday now, Sunday morning regrets somehow. Maybe I should make plans on Sundays, fill the hours with other ways to spend this day that breaks my heart. Sunday morning regrets depart. If I stay busy, stay away from bed on Sunday, maybe I'll stay sane and stable, moving on. But Sunday morning regrets are strong, pulling me back to what we had. Sunday morning regrets so sad that I can't seem to fill this space. Sunday morning regrets replace the joy we had with hollow aches. Sunday morning regrets fill my bed, wishing I'd said what I left unsaid. The weekend's end reminds me still, Sunday morning regrets always will haunt these lazy hours we share. Sunday morning regrets everywhere. I wake alone on Sunday now, Sunday morning regrets somehow. Find me every single week, louder than at any other day. Sunday morning, then their regrets won't go away. They linger in these sheets alone. Sunday morning regrets have grown into my constant companion here. Sunday morning regrets crystal clear. Every Sunday brings them back. Sunday morning regrets attack my peace of mind and heart once more. Sunday morning regrets at my door. We walk through winter, leaving footprints side by side. Two sets of tracks that testified to a journey taken, evidence we were here. But spring came early and made them disappear. Your boots and mine press patterns in the white, walking together through the frozen night. But snow melts and with it goes the proof that we existed, our truth. The thaw erased our past so clean, like we had never been. Our footprints in the snow dissolve the evidence of us evolve. Footprints in the snow, they melted away, proof we existed for one brief day. Nothing lasts when seasons change. Footprints in the snow, gone and strange. We left our mark, but it couldn't stay. Footprints in the snow, washed away, temporary evidence of a we. Footprints in the snow, memory. I took photos of our tracks before they disappeared, knowing that this winter wouldn't last. I feared the loss of physical evidence we'd been together in this winter scene. But photographs can't capture the feel of walking side by side, the real experience of footprints that we made before the footprints in the snow did fade. The thought came quick and took with it every trace and every bit of proof that we had walked this way. Footprints in the snow couldn't stay. Footprints in the snow, they melted away, proof we existed for one brief day. Nothing lasts when seasons change. Footprints in the snow, gone and strange. We left our mark, but it couldn't stay. Footprints in the snow, washed away, temporary evidence of a we. Footprints in the snow, memory. Maybe our relationships are like the snow, temporary markings that come and go with changing seasons and warming weather. Footprints in the snow don't last forever. We think we're leaving permanent traces, but time and temperature erase the places we've been together side by side. Footprints in the snow can't hide from spring's inevitable thaw, from nature's unforgiving law that nothing frozen stays that way. Footprints in the snow must fade away. Footprints in the snow, they melted away, proof we existed for one brief day. Nothing lasts when seasons change. Footprints in the snow, gone and strange. We left our mark, but it couldn't stay. Footprints in the snow, washed away, temporary evidence of a we. Footprints in the snow, memory. Next winter I'll walk a lonely. Footprints in the snow, my own single track without your stride. No footprints in the snow beside mine to prove that we were real. Footprints in the snow reveal the temporary nature of footprints in the snow, and love both melts away eventually. Footprints in the snow, and me walking solo through the white. Footprints in the snow tonight. Solo evidence remains. Footprints in the snow and pain. We almost made it to your birthday in July. Almost celebrated New Year's, you and I. Almost had a summer, almost saw the spring. The year we almost had almost everything. 364 days we've been together. Almost made it through all kinds of weather. But day 365 you walked away. The year we almost had couldn't stay. So close to 12 months we fell short. The year we almost had cut short by one day, by one moment's doubt. The year we almost had ran out. The year we almost had hangs in the air. A calendar might have been and almost there. We were 364 days away. The year we almost had didn't stay complete. We were so close to the end. The year we almost had, my friend, is almost harder than if we never tried. The year we almost had died. I think about that final day we missed, that would have made our year exist in full completion, anniversary. But the year we almost had wasn't meant to be. We lived through fall and winter, part of spring. The year we almost had everything except the follow through, the final push. The year we almost had a bush, so close to saying we'd survived. The year we almost had alive for 12 full months, but not quite. The year we almost had took flight. The year we almost had hangs in the air. A calendar might have been and almost there. We were 364 days away. The year we almost had didn't stay complete. We were so close to the end. The year we almost had, my friend, is almost harder than if we'd never tried. The year we almost had died. They say the hardest part of climbing mountains is getting near the top and then abandoning the summit when it's almost in your sight. The year we almost had feels just as trite and frustrating. We were so damn close to making it a year, but I suppose some things aren't meant to reach their end. The year we almost had, my friend, will always be incomplete in my mind. The year we almost had, we'll find, is more painful than a clean break. The year we almost had, for heaven's sake, was almost perfect, almost done. The year we almost had, we'd won almost everything except the last day. The year we almost had got away. The year we almost had hangs in the air. A calendar might have been and almost there. We were 364 days away. The year we almost had didn't stay complete. We were so close to the end. The year we almost had, my friend, is almost harder than if we never tried. The year we almost had died, one day short of making it. The year we almost had got away. The year we almost had dismissed before completion, before the mark. The year we almost had went dark before we reached our anniversary. The year we almost had and me are stuck forever in this almost space. The year we almost had can't be replaced or completed now. It's frozen here. The year we almost had, so near, yet so far from what we planned. The year we almost had slipped through our hands. You promised me forever, but it came in pieces small. Little fragments scattered, I can't collect them all. Each moment was a shard of your eternity. Now I'm left with fragments of what we'd never be. You gave me fragments of forever, like broken glass, pieces of a whole that couldn't last, sharp edges cutting into my belief. Fragments of forever bring relief. Forever broke before it could begin. Shattered promises of where we've been, heading toward but never reached. Fragments of forever breached. Fragments of forever cut my hands, trying to hold broken promised lands. Forever wasn't whole, just pieces small. Fragments of forever, that's all you gave me. Fragments when I wanted the entire thing. Fragments of forever on a string of broken vows and shattered dreams. Fragments of forever, so it seems. I collect these fragments in a box beneath my bed. Little pieces of forever that you said would add up to a lifetime if I wait. But fragments of forever can't create a complete picture of the life we planned. Just fragments of forever in my hand, like puzzle pieces that don't fit. Fragments of forever, that's it. Forever broken to 1,000 parts. Fragments of forever break my heart, more than if you never promised it all. Fragments of forever fall. Fragments of forever cut my hands, trying to hold broken promised lands. Forever wasn't whole, just pieces small. Fragments of forever, that's all you gave me. Fragments when I wanted the entire thing. Fragments of forever on a string of broken vows and shattered dreams. Fragments of forever, so it seems. Should I try to glue these fragments back together? Create a mosaic of our never realized forever from the broken parts? Or accept that fragments of forever starts and stops and can't be reconstructed whole? Maybe fragments of forever's role is to teach me that forever's not real, that fragments of forever's all we feel in relationships that promise the world but deliver fragments of forever hurled at us in moments, not in lifetimes. Fragments of forever, warning signs. Fragments of forever cut my hands, trying to hold broken promised lands. Forever wasn't whole, just pieces small. Fragments of forever, that's all you gave me. Fragments when I wanted the entire thing. Fragments of forever on a string of broken vows and shattered dreams. Fragments of forever, so it seems. I'm done collecting fragments now. From hands of forever somehow aren't enough to build a life. Fragments of forever, strife is all they bring. These little bits, fragments of forever splits my heart in pieces, just as small. Fragments of forever, that's all will ever be, not whole, just parts. Fragments of forever in my heart, scattered, broken, incomplete. Fragments of forever, bittersweet, reminders of a whole I'll never see. Fragments of forever in me. used to walk until the pavement turned to grass, where the city limits gave way to vast open space where rules didn't apply to us. Where the sidewalk ends, that's where we discuss our future, our dreams, our escape plans. Where the sidewalk ends, we'd hold hands and talk about the life we'd build out there. Where the sidewalk ends, without a care. Our future in that liminal space where structure met an open place. The boundary between what is and could be. Where the sidewalk ends, set us free. Where the sidewalk ends, that's where we go to dream of lives we'll never know. The edge of everything we planned. Where the sidewalk ends, we'd understand each other perfectly out there. Where the sidewalk ends, we'd share. Where the sidewalk ends, our secrets at the border zone. Where the sidewalk ends, alone. But understanding couldn't make us stay. Where the sidewalk ends, we'd walk away. Eventually back to reality. Where the sidewalk ends, couldn't set us free for real, just temporarily. Would pretend that we could leave it all. Where the sidewalk ends, we'd stand tall in that liminal space. We'd find where the sidewalk ends, peace of mind. Where the sidewalk ends, that's where we go to dream of lives we'll never know. The edge of everything we planned. Where the sidewalk ends, we'd understand each other perfectly out there. We'd share our secrets at the border zone. Where the sidewalk ends, Where the sidewalk ends, you and me. Made sense in that transitional space, but couldn't translate to any other place. Where the sidewalk ends was our home, but you can't